In today's video, we'll explore the symptoms of a bad drive belt tensioner. As always, let's first understand its role before getting into the specific signs of failure. The belt tensioner does exactly what its name suggests. It applies the proper tension to the serpentine belt so it doesn't slip or disengage. The most common type is the spring-loaded tensioner. Now, let's go through the symptoms of a faulty belt tensioner. Symptom number 1, squealing noise. If the belt tensioner fails to apply proper pressure on the belt, it can slip and create a squealing noise. A grinding sound may also occur if lubrication inside the pulley bearings has dried out. Continuous squealing usually means the pulley is binding or jammed, or the bearing has too little resistance, causing the pulley to spin faster than the belt and create slipping. If the noise comes from just one pulley, that's likely the problem. But if the noise seems to come from multiple pulleys or stays fixed in one area, the tensioner may be worn out, causing the belt to slip across several pulleys. Symptom number 2, chirping noise. A chirping or intermittent squealing noise is often a sign of a pulley moving freely when it shouldn't, or a bearing that doesn't have enough stability. This usually happens with the idler pulley or the belt tensioner pulley. When these pulleys don't move correctly, the belt slips and produces a chirping sound. The noise is usually distinct enough to identify, just be careful not to get too close to the belt system while the engine is running. Symptom number 3, humming or whirring noise. A humming or whirring noise usually indicates a worn-out bearing in the tensioner or idler pulley. This is often one of the first signs of a failing tensioner even though the sound may be subtle. You might hear it with the hood open. To pinpoint the source, you can use a mechanic stethoscope and touch it near each pulley to identify which one is producing the humming or rubbing sound. Symptom number 4, excessive tensioner movement. With the engine running, look under the hood. If the tensioner is shaking excessively, the internal spring may be overstressed or lacking lubrication. Also check for loose bolts, as they can cause the same vibration or movement. Symptom number 5, power steering issues. In many vehicles, the auxiliary belt also drives the power steering pump. This doesn't apply to most newer cars with electric steering, but for older vehicles, it's common. You may notice the steering feels lighter than normal, or sometimes starts off stiff and then suddenly becomes light while turning. This happens because the power steering pump must work harder as you turn the wheel. Symptom number 6, worn drive belt. A slipping belt caused by poor tension can result in premature wear. Sometimes this also causes intermittent alternator issues and affects voltage output. If your vehicle has a manual tensioner, tightening it may be as simple as adjusting a couple of bolts. Symptom number 7, smell of burning rubber. If you smell burning rubber, the belt is overheating. You will usually hear chirping or squealing at the same time. This smell means the belt has been slipping so much that it begins to soften from friction and heat. It's important to get this checked soon because the belt could break unexpectedly. If it snaps, you could lose power steering, which can be extremely dangerous while driving. There you have it, the symptoms of a bad drive belt tensioner. If you notice any of these issues such as noise, vibration, or steering problems, address them as soon as possible. You can visually inspect the tensioner and belt for wear, looseness, or damage. Make sure all bolts and connections are secure. If your tensioner is manually adjustable and you have the right tools, you can attempt an adjustment yourself. Otherwise, seek professional help to avoid further damage or safety risks. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe so we can continue helping you with more car repair tips.